Alright, hey everybody. We still got about 45 seconds left on the timer, but I'm ready, so let's go ahead and get started. Hope everybody's Friday's going well so far. I'm definitely ready for the weekend, so I believe it's almost done, but I still got enough energy to do some programming, so we should be good. Okay, so last week, or not last week, yesterday, we were starting to work on more complex turns for in our game, because before the turns were pretty um, what's the word, restrictive, because you could only move one piece to one position, and the position that you move the piece to is the only place where you could capture a piece. And that might seem good enough, but there are some chess moves which you can move two pieces at once, and there's another move where you move a piece and then capture an enemy piece that's not in the position that you move to. And then of course there's checkers, where you can capture multiple pieces in one turn by hopping over them. So before we tried to model that with the consecutive turns, but with this new system we won't need to do that, so that will make things a little more simple. So right now I'm trying to update everything. And we're restricting it right now to just basically supporting the same kind of turns as before, but with the new system that will be more, that will allow us to expand on that. So basically now, since consecutive moves, and we don't need this anymore, and we don't need this move number either, because the move number now will be the same as the turn number. So we can just delete both of those fields. Okay. Okay, so this before was handling multiple, how we did the consecutive moves before for chess, but we don't need to even worry about that anymore. So that makes things easier because we don't need this last, or do we? What is this piece for? Yeah, I don't think we need this last turn choice at all anymore. Okay, so where's the next turn information? Okay, so this makes things pretty simple because the next turn is just the other player. Yeah, so I guess we'll still keep it as structure in case we need to add more things later. But and right now this includes an integer to send the a piece to start selected, but we don't need to do that anymore. So handle choice made. So this turn manager will handle actually taking care of the turn action. Okay, so yeah, let's not worry about that for now. Okay, so the command start choosing. Yeah, we don't need to send any information because I think the start choosing or the turn chooser will just use information that's in the board state. So yeah, don't need any arguments for this. And then this next turn info, well, I guess we'll keep it. And then this is the move command. Okay. Yeah, we don't know how that will work, so. Okay, now this changes to a turn action. Okay. Alright, so this is sent from the match manager to actually start the next turn. Yeah, so yeah, we'll leave that. I'm not sure what we need this was promotion for. I think that it maybe would have, oh yeah, it would prevent multiple turns. Okay, so now this is all a lot simpler. We just change the values in the board, which holds the current game state, and then send a command. So now let's go back. Did I finish the turn chooser? I know it's going to need a lot of updating, but because for one, it's kind of a huge class. Okay, so yeah, so this was sending the select piece. We don't do that for now. But we also are having, like, you can see on our to-do list, yeah, we need to be able to cancel a piece selection, and there's a bunch of other input things we need to fix with this. Okay, what is that? Oh, okay, that's for the input. Okay, do I actually... Okay, so yeah, I need to get the reference to this. Equals game component or scene game components get, and it's a command with a turn action. Int component keys. And then I need to register for the receive the turn action. Let's see. Probably change the name of the function, but oh yeah, different. Okay, so now this, I'll change this to on received opponent action. I don't know, I don't need that debug anymore. Alright, so now I think one of the only things we have to change now is update the piece mover. I don't really think it needs much updating. We might change it, but for now it's fine. Okay, so piece index is board piece on space action 0 actor. Alright, and I think that the piece mover, when it fires this piece change position, that sets into action the rest of the turn. So we don't need to okay, yeah, so there's going to be a few errors since we took away this consecutive turns. Oh yeah, we don't even use that information right now? That's kind of funny. Oh, because yeah, we actually need to change this to use the next player, but all of this stuff in the win condition checker is going to change. So I'm not going to update it just yet. I just want to get rid of the errors. Yeah, we don't need consecutive moves anymore. So let's change this as well. Alright. Let's play it and see what happens. It takes a bit longer to load the first time of the day. Okay, join, and we'll start this. Okay, load up chess. There we go. Okay, already got a problem. Object reference not set to an object. Okay, where is this assertion error coming from? Chess scene 15, turn chooser at 46. Okay, so it's a mismatch in type, I think. Because one is a message turn action, the other is message in vector 2. Good. Where's the one that we start a new turn because we changed the type there too? There's selection change, accept. Oh yeah, start turning here. It doesn't have any type anymore. So I'll never start with a piece chosen. And we don't really need a separate active player. You can just get that from the board. Okay, so let's just find and replace that. So find active player, replace with board active player, and we want to make sure it's case sensitive. Okay, replace all. Okay, there's still an error. Choose. Oh right, so we actually need to send the turn action now. Find all references. Okay, for now I'll just change this. Oh wait, it's the wrong piece, or the wrong function. We'll go to here. Okay, so we'll just rename this to choose action for now, because for now the action is synonymous with the space, but it won't be in the future. So action. Components 0 actor. this. We want the target actually. And then here. Okay, choose action. Okay, I don't need all this stuff anymore. I just want to hurry and test out some of our new movement code, because like I said, we're going to be changing almost all of this turn chooser class. Join and host will create. Alright, let's see what happens. Is second player moving? Okay. Object reference not set to instance. Let's see. And board controller 45. Here's what I wanted. The client board controller 45. Okay, so either the piece prototypes was null or database was null. Get that. Maybe this isn't getting updated. Okay, so we do send it here on the register. I guess let's do a debug here. Alright. Let's make sure that the host goes first. Makes it easier to test. Oops, I need to rebuild the second player first. Click host first and chess. So now if I try to move Sparcy board creation command. So the mod finish translation, that's when the database should have been set, but oh. Oh wait, no, they're good. I was gonna say it's because the database is set in the scene components, but I don't think it is. Oh, is the database not remade? Okay, that's what I was... Alright, so it doesn't ever remake the database, it just fills everything in it. Okay, well that makes things easier. Probably should have made sure before I did this code, but no big deal. So, all we have to say is game components, okay. Game database, int, component keys. Right, so now we don't have to watch to see when it's registered. Load up the game like normal. Oh, that worked. Did it get transferred? No, we got a null reference. Okay, let's see about that. Object not set to instance. Piece named index in game database 138. So either the prototype Lua tag is null or the name is null. Yeah, 138, so it's this line. So we know it's not prototypes because that didn't throw null. I think this could ever be null. Did I actually never set that? That's pretty silly of me. Okay, so let's go to the mod translator. Where is it? Yeah, so we just set the index map here, but I don't actually add the name to the logic piece, which is Lua tag equals p name. Okay, so that was... I guess I forgot to add that code when I added the Lua tag to the game database. Obviously that's what happened. So this time I'll have the second player go first, since we're having trouble with the network messages now. Okay, so okay, it works. So now it's my turn. Okay, so now Lua is getting an error, probably because it sees that it can move diagonally into here, and so something in that code which was untested until now is messing up. But we know that the movement is working besides that. So you can move, this can move diagonal, king, queen. So can't test the bishop, but alright. So I guess let's just look at this. So Lua on line 123. Let me open up our Lua editor. (123). So, oh, because we don't send the state to this. This is kind of silly. So check font. Okay, so now that should work. But yeah, we might as well test it real quick, why not? I don't need to rebuild, so it's not like it'll take that long. There we go. Okay, so I'll do the same thing as before. Oh, host moves first, or second player moves first. Okay, so yeah, now it's letting me move forward and into the pawn. I don't know if... Oh, this one's still messed up because I didn't move the new mod file over. That's fine. Alright, so I guess now we can move on to trying to do more complex. So first, we need to update the script to actually have something to test. And so now, right now we just turn a list of positions we can move to, but that's not going to be good enough in a new system. Let's see. We got turn action. So right now we basically have 3 options: move piece, capture piece, and promote piece. And the mod will send all of the, we'll be able to send a list of all actions. So the easiest way to do it would maybe be if we returned a table. Like, so say we return a list, and then the table would have type equals move, and then actor would be the piece at 0, 1, and then it would move to 0, 2, and then maybe after it moves there, it has a promotion, so type equals promote, actor equals, so now it's the piece at 0, 2, and target equals or so promotion piece would be queen, so that we could return a list like this. The other option would be to create this exact object and then pass it to Lua, and then Lua could set these variables. I'm not sure what would be better. So there's pros and cons to both. I mean, if we let Lua, if we create the objects in C#, then we have like tighter control over the garbage collection of the actions. Because here, like, Lua creates a new table every time. Well, I guess the mod itself could try and cache the tables, but the drawback to doing that is that it's a little more complicated. Lua would have to do something like action equals create new or empty action, and then it could set the values type equals move, so on and so forth. Or we could even have something like action equals create move action, and then we could have all different kinds of parameters here to make things easier. I'm not sure what's the best. Well, guess I'll just pick one. I think I'll go with passing C# objects to Lua. So in that case, we have turn action. And it's never good to pass the same type that you will actually use in your game logic, so that's why I'll basically create a copy. Let's see. I guess we don't really need a list here. Or we don't need this object because the list just use a table. I don't know. Maybe I'm making things a little too complicated. Let's see. Okay, let's so we got the string for the type, or I think we'll back it with an enumeration. So these will all be private. So we got int vector 2. Oh right, we need to use that namespace, and then we'll have string promotion piece. Okay. So this is moon sharp hidden. We'll expose the string to Lua. So get that switch type. So we'll return, oops, capture. Move, turn, move, oops. I guess I can't type semicolons correctly today. And then anything else, we'd return unknown. And then set. Switch the value. Alright, it's not going to give me a list here. Maybe I don't know if I need to have the type, have it backed by a type. Maybe I can just keep the string itself, and then we'll validate the enumeration when we get to that point. Actually, how does Moonsharp handle enumerations? Okay, yeah, I think it would be too much problems to use an actual enumeration. You have to register like them as a static type. Yeah, and then we'd have to provide Lua with a reference to them, I think, so. I don't think there's a need to do this. To do this how I'm doing it, we'll evaluate it in the turn chooser, or the turn action calculator. Okay, so we are going to do this a little different though. Again, it's not good to use structures in Lua, so just make everything an integer. Oh, I actually did promotion piece twice. Let's move this up. Okay, so now we need to change these scripts to return a list of those turn actions. controller. Okay, so let's like make a new class here. What do we call this? So public. Oh, also I should set these all to Moonsharp hidden. Oh, actually no, you can set the values here. So that's fine. Okay, so this will just be a class that will contain helpful functions and things. Let's do get, actually. And then we'll have like turn action helper. And let's see. So public turn action. Why does that not show up? Oh yeah, it's turn action component. Let's say new component. Okay, now let's be default. And then we'll have a couple other ones. New. Let's just shorten that. New move action. And this will have the let's see, how do we do this? I guess we can have the actual piece. And then move to X and move to Y. So this type would be move. Okay, and then we'll need some kind of reference to the board. Or actually, wait, the piece has its position. So direct equals piece dot position X. Okay, so I won't get too far ahead of myself, and I'll just create just those two functions for now. Public get. Oh wait. public string move type return or get return move. Alright, so let's update these. I don't really think it'll be that difficult. Just where we add it to the table, we'll actually do something like action helper dot new move action moving piece and then it would be at x at y. Okay, and then I'll add this also here. As well as here. That's all I have to do for the scripts. And then I need to add these helper classes or expose them to Lua. So, what is the animate sharp user data? Should probably also hide the constructors, I just realized. Let's see, I'll just go through and do all that. I think that Lua could access the constructors. I don't think it would really cause any trouble, but... Oh, it's not like that. The board is a structure? That's not right. I think I did that because they're all immutable. But I don't want to cause any problems. Return action. Turn info's last one. Alright. Did I do it here? I didn't hide it. Okay, so now we need to go to the script controller. Where is that? Here. Helper. Like that. Okay, so we need to do dynamic value. New user data. Do we have to go new? This is new to me. Create. So we don't have to do that. Okay, that works. And then what did I call it? Action helper. This also, I need to add this. Alright. Now that's all good, but we need to do one other thing. It here, turn option calculator. Right now we still expect this to be a table with just positions in it. So table. So what would this be actually? So this is the first turn option. Or let's say action list. Let's name this to option list. So int action length. Let's name this to option length. Oh wait, we can do this. Options, that makes more sense. And I also think we should probably have a helper function because we're starting to nest the loop too much. So private void. Let's see. Oh, actually, let's return a turn action. Translate action table. All right, and then for I'll need this as well. And will actually be past the action table, so we don't have to get it right there. Okay, so for int I equals 0, I less than num actions, I plus plus. Okay, so let's add something else. Private mods safe get action. So if tab type, oh, we need to copy this to help, and we'll return null. Actually, we could just, why don't we just return this turn action component? So the value.type is user data. So then we want so mods Lua turn action component Lua component equals value dot user data as mods Lua turn action component. Can I not do that? Okay, that's not how it works. Let's okay, don't know what that is. I think this object is the right thing. So we do as mods Lua turn action component. And so if Lua comp does not equal null, now we have, so I'm not going to worry about caching right now, we'll just create a new object. And this will be logic comp. So logic comp, oh, well first let's switch its type. Case oh, we don't return actually, so logic comp type equals turn action type move. Actor equals new vector 2 Lua comp actor x. Okay, and yeah, we also need the target here. Default. For now we'll just return null, but normally we would want to, obviously we want to have the promotion and capture actions at some point. Alright, it wants us to return action. action. And again, I'm just gonna assume everything's okay. Not do any validation of this data yet. So component equals safe get action list get at I. First, we set action dot components equals new. Since we know that I'm actions, might as well set that already. And then action components add com. Alright, so okay, so we get rid of this. Okay, yeah, this is right. And then all we have to do is say translate action table, action list. Alright, there we go. Okay. Now let's see if everything runs. Host first, load up chess. Okay. Where do I get Lua exceptions? Cannot convert controller type. Chunk 43. What that means. I've never seen that error before. Oh, I forgot to add the Moonsharp user data tag to this. And so Moonsharp wasn't able to convert that object into a Lua object. Okay, so let's see. I think I'm expecting it to work now, or at least not throw that error. Okay, that's first. now got null reference. Action list is null. Okay, so that means safe get table return null. Oh. Yeah, that's because we don't insert. Yeah, we're supposed to insert. Yeah. So this M is a list of like options, and so we're supposed to turn a list of actions in here. So all we have to do is just wrap this in a table because it'll just be a one element. It's all just one move. Okay. See how far we get this time. First chess. Alright. So getting object reference is not set to an object. Oh, it's because we just hard coded everything to use component 0 target. So it's saying either this O is null or components is null. So what's the action? Well, components is never null because we set it right here. Well, actually, yeah, this component 0 could be null. Is that possible? Where was I? Okay, so if this returns null, then that would be. I guess we'll need to do a little bit of debugging here. Let's see. Debug. Log invalid action type. Debug log user data type, and then this is just not a user data. See what that prints out, and that'll help us figure out what's happening. First in chess again. Alright. Not a user data. That's interesting. It's actually maybe, I'm not sure if we can just print out the dynamic value. Okay, let's see what that. Curious what this will print out. Prints out a nil. So what that means is this action helper is returning nil. So, let's see. I guess one way to test that out. Okay, so let's see. Local action equals. Print action let's just do something simple here. Type it would have been better just to use plain tables, but this gives the C# code a little bit more control over what Lua works with. I think it does make things a little easier for the Lua scripters as well, but once we figure out what's wrong, I think it's the right choice. So print, so it's not null in the Lua script because Lua prints move. But for some reason it's nil in the user data. Table insert M action. Oh, 0 base versus 1 based strikes again. Yeah. So of course the action at index 0 is null because Lua lists don't have anything at index 0, it starts at index 1. Okay. We don't need this anymore, I'll just comment it out. Alright, let's start. So, okay, it's sort of working. The indices are messed up. Oh, it's again because 0 versus 1 based. So let's see, the turn action helper, this is good. It's just here when we translate we need to subtract 1 from everything. We should probably extract all this. Let's see, call this translate, turn action. Yeah, that's cleaner, I think. Okay, so okay, let's just try this one more time. Also, we can get rid of this debug right there. Join start. Okay, so now everything works as we would expect. Alright, so that's great. Okay, so now I guess we should start adding more. Okay, so we'll need public. So new capture action. This will be the capture piece. Type. I'll change this to capture type. And then I'll go ahead and do promotion type. Oops. Now the thing about promotions is that usually the piece would move somewhere and then promote. So I guess we can just overload this. But usually what you'd want to do is actually set the actor X and Y on the new position, where the piece would move to after it promoted. Okay, so X and Y. as well add move action for that as well. And start. Start Y. Okay, and then we can change this to return new move action piece. Position X, position Y, and move to X, move to Y. Okay, and also I just realized since this is called from Lua, we need to do a little bit of validation here because we don't want Lua code to ever trigger a C# exception if we can help it. This is actually the wrong type, so capture type. Right, and then we've already got this set up, but this should be from motion type, and then okay. So basically, we need to change some of this stuff so that whenever, like if we would move onto an enemy, we need to capture it first and then move. Or I guess that doesn't really make much difference, but okay. So we know that if both of these are true, so if add to table and needs break, then we know that we're moving to a place where a piece is. So needs break. She can't type H today. Okay, so else. Okay. Moving onto an enemy. Capture first. So first we do action helper, do capture action. comma. Okay, so that's all we have to do there. And then the pawn is slightly different. Okay, I think the easiest way to do this is just add something else here that says capturing. So we have a move action. If capturing, oops. Then end will table insert m move or action helper dot new capture action. And then the move action. Okay, and then else. Alright, so this is how it would work. Guess let's see if this creates any. Oh, right now we need to add the other action types here. And then we just got target. Promotion or promote, so I'll just put both. Doesn't really matter. Logic comp type equals. Oh, I forgot something important. On the promotion, you also need to return a string of the promote to piece. So now here, get logic comp factor equals, just copy and paste this. This equals, do we have the board? Oh, we just need the database actually. Do we not have the databases here? I don't know why it was giving me other. So we need piece name to index. Oh wait, wrong thing here. What's it not like? Oh, it's static. Okay. So yeah, let's run it and see if we get any errors or anything. obviously won't really work because we don't, the game logic doesn't support capturing yet. Okay, argument out of range. Action opponent get item at move option indicators 43. Oh, okay, I think this has to do... Okay, so I'm surprised that that is out of bounds because there should at least always be one item in there. Wait, I'm trying to do... Let's see. Yeah, if num action says 0, then that's kind of strange. Oh, I did forget down here. This is false, true, so capturing, if capturing then else, yeah, it still does the move action, so shouldn't like insert any empty lists in there, but so let's see. Okay, well there it showed up. So yeah, the pawns don't work, but the knights do. Fragment out of range. Okay, so yeah, the pawns are sending empty lists for some reason. You can see they're all empty, and one on the frame 1941 are 2369. I am wondering why it sends, because there's two options, so there only should be 2 1s here. Why does it do 4? Oh, it's because mouse over move option indicators calls it once, and then turn chooser calls it. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about that too much, because it will change it. So some problem. This obviously has 2 and this has 1. Oh, it's because this action is nil. Okay. Yeah, one rule and okay, so in Lua when you have a list, it's really just set up like this. So list, move action, then L1 equals move action. But then if you ever said like L1 equals nil, that's the same thing as removing this key in the list. So if you can't have a list with nil objects in it, is basically what I'm trying to say. So that's why it registers as empty. Okay, so let's try this again. Oh yeah, I need to click first. Okay. Now it seems to be working. Okay, that's great. So now I think that before I try to make the Lua script more complicated by adding in those weird rules and stuff, we should work on trying to get a better interface. So there's a couple things you need to do. Validate. So we'll need to do that, but we don't use that anymore. Got the Lua interpreter. Okay, that's ways off. Yeah, I need to do the camera for sure, and yeah, this. And other players loading errors. Okay. Okay. So, but for now. Complex turn actions. Okay, so first of all we want better input. So cancel piece selection. And then indicators show action types. So capturing promotions. Right now the move indicators just tell you where you move, but now that you can set up all kinds of different ways that you can capture pieces or whatever. It also should show what pieces you'll capture when you take that action. And then we should probably, so ability to cycle through actions a piece can take. So, okay, let's see. Right now, I don't think any chess doesn't really work like this, but checkers does. So take for example, there's not really any good thing here, but like in checkers, okay, say you're on this black spot, and then, well, actually, does that ever work? What I'm trying to say is that there might be more than one way that you could reach a certain spot. So just clicking on this spot might not for sure decide which action you'll take. So we need a way to like select between two actions that end on the same space on the board. Probably pressing tab or scroll wheel or something would cycle between them. Actions a piece can take, including ones which and on the same space. And let's see. So that's basically it. The main things. Basically this turn action calculator is now done. Unless we add any more actions, can't think of anything else. What am I looking for? Yeah, the turn chooser. So we're pretty much gonna gut this class. I'm actually considering just rewriting it completely. Because it's just gonna work a lot different. Okay, we still have 10 minutes. I guess we can start on it. Let's see. So yeah, we don't need this turn choice anymore. I think the flow will still work the same. You'll choose a piece and then choose an action. Basically, I think I should have kind of like sub-classes of this turn chooser. I need to... Yeah, this is a little messy. I should have made another like package with the board objects. Maybe I'll do that this weekend. Because right now this the logic package just contains a hodgepodge of different classes. Oh yeah, that's still used. Okay, so I guess let's just start at the beginning. I think the turn manager is good. It doesn't need to change anything. Down here it will handle executing the actions, but I'll do that later. And the turn chooser. Okay, so let's make piece chooser. And really I'm going to separate all the logic from this turn chooser that has to do with choosing pieces and put it in there. So first, what do we do with this state? Okay, we do have a state machine. Do I register it? Okay, I do. So we'll want to get a reference to that for sure. Public piece chooser. Chess scene. And we'll start off with private. Oh wait, yeah, state machine. And this will be the chooser state. Okay, and then we'll need the selection event for sure as well, so we can know what piece is being hovered over. Where is that? I'm not sure that we'll actually need that, but I think we might only care when we get the click event. Or that's what this is actually, is it? When does it fire this? Okay, yeah, it fires when it changes. Alright, so we had a separate accept button right here. So we'll also need this. Okay. And I don't know if the turn chooser, it might not need a reference to this anymore, but we'll leave it for now. Choice made event. Yeah, so chosen piece. Does anything use this? Oh, I guess, yeah, the selected move option indicators. I'll wait to update that though. Okay, so really what this will do, oh, I do need the select button. So all this does really is just handle input during this phase of the turn chooser. So I guess we can go ahead and we know we'll have, actually no, the piece chooser won't have a back button because at this point there's nothing to go back from. And why would we even need to know when the selection changes? Oh, so it just displays move options, but I thought that the indicators did that by themselves. It's probably a relic of some old code. I don't think this is needed. Okay, so I guess we could so right now it's a subscribable int for a chosen piece, but I think it might be just as well to do well, it doesn't make much difference. I was going to say it might be better just to have it as a message. But we already have this set up, so. All right. Okay, so on select button trigger, I've got to make sure that. Okay, so we got to switch. Cell event. Type. Oh, we also have to make sure that we're actually in the right state. Chooser state. State equals int. Turn chooser state. Choose piece. Because you know, if we're not in the right state, then we should not have control right now. Okay, so if the current type is piece, chosen piece equals cell event piece ID. Does that not work? Oh right, chosen piece is value. And if it's a square, then I guess we'll need the board. So now here, chosen piece dot value equals board, piece on space, cell event dot square position. And I think that's all. And then what we'll do is the turn chooser would subscribe to this, and then when the chosen piece is a valid piece, then it would change the state to something else. Right. Dot subscribe. Generate method. Okay, so if chooser state dot state equals then we'll set chosen piece dot value to -1 here. Just in case, probably the turn chooser should do this itself before it sets the state, but in case it doesn't. And really that's all this piece chooser has to do. So let's see. New piece chooser scene. So we got chosen. Okay, so I do that already. Oh, another thing we have to do is make sure that the piece is our player. Let's do this differently. Int piece ID. And then if piece ID is greater than or equals 0, and okay, well, let's start with that. Then piece equals board. Pieces piece ID. Okay, so I need to make sure that the piece is not captured in case something weird happens. And also piece dot owner. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Owner player equals board dot active player. Then we can set the chosen piece dot value equals piece ID. So yeah, I don't need this anymore. Don't need this. Let's see, what does this do? If protection type piece and board owner player, okay. Choose piece and relay. Okay, it sets the piece and then gets the move options. Okay, so we'll deal with that later. But yeah. Oh, am I offline? How'd that happen? Sorry about that, I don't know, I didn't lose connection or anything, but it's I'm just cleaning up a bit with the turn chooser. I don't know. Hopefully you guys didn't miss too much. But I have been streaming my full time now, so I better get going. But I hope everybody has a great weekend. And I'll be back Monday at same time, 5 Eastern. And we'll continue with the turn chooser and hopefully implement some really good input and interface options. But anyway, thanks again for coming out and watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.